everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie Cole with Stephanie Cole Over 50 Living, and today we are going to be making organic chicken liver pate. When I was a little girl, I was crazy for pate, and so my mom used to get it a lot, and instead of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, it was quite common for me to have pate and sourdough and some fruit in my lunch. So we are using organic chicken livers, no GMO, no antibiotics, no preservatives. So it's going to be a very healthy liver. And I am going to show you my recipe, and I hope you enjoy this. If you like videos like this, please give it a like and subscribe. It helps my channel. And so let's get started. We are going to be starting by cutting the vegetables and the herbs and the garlic and having that ready, because once I cut the livers, then of course this board's going to be contaminated. So I will do those first, then trim out the livers, and then we will start cooking. So I am making a double recipe of the pate. It freezes really well for up to 2 months. So if you want to make it ahead of the time, you can do that if you need it for holidays or for a party. And I will put in the description box the recipe, the original recipe, and so you can just do the original recipe or you can double it like I am right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to slice an onion really thin. I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic. And we are going to mince. So we're going to add that to our pile. We want 1 teaspoon of sage. Sometimes it's just easier to kind of pile them up. And now we're going to do the same thing with the thyme. And with the thyme, you also need a teaspoon of fresh thyme. If you want to use dried on either the sage or the thyme, you need to do half of what you are going to do. So we have our herbs, and I am also going to have a bay leaf and then some allspice that we will be adding in. So next, it's time to trim the chicken livers. So I'm going to show you, and this is kind of gross, but it's necessary. So the white part right here, the sinew, our tendon, needs to be cut out. So that is what we're going to do now. The liver is trimmed, and so now it is time to cook. We are going to be cooking on a low to medium low heat. We don't want to brown this meat. We want to just have it a nice slow cook. And I am starting this on medium just to get the butter melted. I'm going to add the onions and the garlic now, and I'm going to turn it down. The onions are starting to break down, It smells so good in here. Kind of reminds me of when you first start making French onion soup. Okay, now we are going to add our herbs. Quarter teaspoon of allspice. We are going to do a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. We are going to add our livers. We are going to add a quarter of a cup of bourbon. Now we're just going to let it cook. We're getting really close to being done. I will take one of the larger pieces and slice it open and make sure that most of the pink is gone. There, perfect. It is done. We'll do the little bigger section. Yep. Now it does have a little pink tinge, but that is just the natural color of the liver once it's cooked. Another way you can test it is if you press down on the liver and blood oozes out, obviously it's not done. So this is done. We are now going to let the liver mixture cool down so that we can process it. Oh, and we need to make the clarified butter that goes on top. The chicken livers have cooled down enough, so we are going to start processing them. And I'm going to use a food processor, and I'm going to process it until it is smooth. So no chunks or no bites, just a nice smooth pate texture. I have removed the bay leaf. We're going to pulse it a couple of times. And then I am going to take some of this back out so we can put some more in. Pate is not the most gorgeous color, but boy, is it delicious. For all you keto friends out there, this is definitely a good get, because organ meats are really good for you. I have 3/4 of a cup of butter here, and we are going to make some clarified butter. So I'm just going to turn this down and let it melt down. We are waiting for the butter fat to separate from the dairy, and then we will have clarified butter, or some people know it as ghee. Up these containers. You can use ramekins, you can use little jars if you want to make them from hostess gifts. When you are done with this and we've put the clarified butter on, it needs to chill for at least 4 hours, and I will clean up the edges on these also. So here's our clarified butter. Here is what is out from the clarified butter, the milk fats. And so now I'm going to pour this on top. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you give this recipe a try. It's a lot easier than you can ever imagine. The food processor basically does all the work for you. So anyway, it's delicious. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, bye.